This story will exactly tell you why this world will not accept or respect you unless until you become worthy. Once upon a time in ancient China, peace prevailed and trade began to flourish. Demand for goods skyrocketed. Quite a few stores opened up in response to this demand. There was a large store whose owner announced that he wished to hire a manager to oversee his expanding business. His need was urgent, so he was prepared to make an unprecedented offer to the best talent available. This news immediately attracted hundreds of applicants. But even after a rigorous selection process, there were still 10 applicants left for one opening. The owner said to them, "All of you were so well qualified that it is difficult to make a final choice. The only fair way to proceed is to hold a sales contest. The winner of this contest shall be the new manager." "What are the rules of this contest?" one of the applicants asked. Then the owner said, "It's quite simple. I have many wooden combs in my warehouse, and I want to challenge you to sell them to monks. The one who sells the most shall be the winner." Most of the applicants got surprised and said, "What? Selling combs to the monks? Is this a joke?" Even one applicant got angry and said, "Even fools know that combs are useless to the monks with their shaven heads. Why not ask us to sell water to fish instead?" Most of the applicants got up to leave, and in the end, only 3 candidates remained. The owner gave them access to the warehouse and asked them to come back after 2 weeks to report their result. 2 weeks later, the 3 candidates returned. The owner asked all three, "How many did you sell and how did you sell them?" Then the first candidate said, "I sold one." This proves that the challenge is not impossible after all. The owner got curious and said, "One. What was your method?" Then the candidate said, "The only way to sell something to people who don't need it is to trick them. So I approached the monks to sell them other things they might need: prayer beads, balls, shoes, and so on. I charged them higher price and threw in the comb as a free gift, so they would end up buying it as a part of the bundle. But unfortunately, this didn't work. They saw through it right away and declined to purchase." "If that is the case, how were you able to sell that one comb?" the owner asked. Then the candidate said, "I was about to give up when I spotted a monk who was suffering with itchy scalp. I approached him and suggested that this comb can be used for scratching. The monk liked the idea, and that's how I finally sold one." Listening to the first candidate, the second candidate stepped forward confidently and said, "That's great, but I did much better. I was able to sell 10 combs." The owner was impressed and said, "How did you manage that? Don't tell me that you found 10 monks with itchy scalp." Then the second candidate said, "No, there is a better way. I thought about this challenge and visited a temple high up in a mountain nearby. This temple is famous for its panoramic views, but the visitors often enter the temple with messy hair because it is very windy up there. I suggested to the main monk that it might be disrespectful to pray to the Buddha in such an untidy state. He agreed and bought 10 combs which could be cleaned and lent to the visitors who did not have their own." "Ingenious," the owner exclaimed. "You must be the person we are seeking." Then the third candidate said calmly, "Not so fast, sir. I sold more than either of them." "How many exactly?" owner asked. "1,000." The owner and the candidates were startled. It seemed like an impossible result, particularly for a task that so many applicants rejected. They asked in unison, "How?" Then the third candidate said, "I know it must seem unbelievable to you. I went to one of the most popular temples around. Many patrons and pilgrims come into this temple every day. I spoke to the senior master and thanked him for providing this sacred place. He was very gracious and he also wished to thank the people for their support. So I told him that a great way to express his appreciation would be to give each visitor the blessings of Buddha. The candidate further said the senior master asked how the blessing could be given to all the visitors. I showed him the comb, which I already engraved with words from Buddhist sutra. I told him that it was something people would use daily, so it would serve as a constant reminder for them to do good deeds. He declared it was exactly what he needed and immediately ordered 1,000. Listening this, one of the other candidates said bitterly, "You got lucky." Then the third candidate added, "There is more. I went back to the temple yesterday to check on the senior master. He said many visitors told their friends and family about the comb with the Buddha's blessing. Now even more people are visiting every day. Everyone is asking for the comb and giving generous donations too. This temple is more popular than ever, and the senior master says he will run out of the combs in a month and he will need to order many more." This story is giving us two main teachings. The first one is from the third candidate who thought that he can sell those combs in a better way, in an innovative way. So he tried to find the opportunity even in the tough situation. He showed his creative mind, which is perhaps very much required in any business. But there is also a second teaching in this story, which is perhaps more important according to me. And this teaching is coming from the comb. Yes, the comb. This comb represents us, we people, normal people. This world is filled with billions of people. But do all the people getting that respect, getting that acceptance from this world? No. Why? The reason is that most of us are not unique in any sense. I'm not saying that being special or being prodigy. I'm saying there should be something special in us that we have to find by ourselves. This nature, God, or whatever natural power is there, they have given us something special in us. But the problem is we usually do not find it and we forget to find that uniqueness inside us. In this story, the third candidate made that comb special. Even though the first and the second candidate have the same comb, but the third candidate made that comb special by engraving the Buddha Sutra on them. Though the people who become crazy for that comb, they can find that comb very easily because that comb was normal, very general. But because of that Buddha Sutra engraved on that comb becomes special to the people. People are getting something from that comb, and that's why that comb so popular among people. So my friends, try to find that special quality in you. Only then this world will accept and respect you. And believe it or not, you have that special inside you. You just have to find by yourself. Please do watch this story. You will find it very inspiring. See you in the next video. Till then, stay healthy, stay happy. Peace.